All right, we are back on MorningLine. Now, we want to wrap up the show today with a special guest. We're talking about just a wonderful, wonderful organization that does so much. I shop there. I shop at the Goodwill stores. I do.
Appreciate that.
Matthew Borlakis is with us with
you,
Goodwill.
Nick.
You are the CEO for Middle Tennessee Goodwill Industries.
I am.
There's a CEO, a chief executive officer.
I'm one of the proud and privileged to work for Goodwill.
Goodwill is terrific, and I'm glad to have you on this morning. You know, I guess one reason we're doing this is what? Just to promote the services and things that Goodwill do. You have an event just to get the word out more.
I think, yes, I think it is more of trying to really understand what Goodwill is all about.
Yeah.
Right? So we are an organization that flourishes on people donating and then shopping, and then through their donations and shopping, we provide employment and job training opportunities for individuals with disabilities and others who have barriers to employment.
Yep.
It could be seniors or formerly incarcerated or immigrants or youth that dropped out of high school, those that just simply struggle to find employment. So through that process, that's how Goodwill works. And we're just in this whole push to pay it forward. Right? So if you've got something you no longer need, want, or use, and you think it's not worth anything, just donate it to Goodwill. And that household item or piece of clothing will find a new life. It will give someone the opportunity through that donation and through that sale to earn a living through productive work.
Yeah. It's great, and it's interesting too. This doesn't mean dump your garbage on Goodwill. Okay, I'm going to say, and Goodwill to the point. Now, well, I say this, for instance, I had this big, projector like TV in the back or whatever. You guys can't give those away anymore because TVs, the flat screens, which are so much better. I remember bringing it and just inquiring, did you guys need this? And you said, no, no one buys those anymore. So I had to take it and dump it. It was still functional, and I understood that. But the main things, clothing, like housewares, things like this. Go to any Goodwill store. And by the way, the newer one that's built there in Mount Juliet, it's fantastic.
Yes, that is a
That's the one I go to. It is great.
Flagship store. Yeah,
and I do shop at Goodwill. Now you have an event, or it's not an event so much, but is a pledge movement between what, April 3rd and the 9th?
Yes.
Is there something going on special during that week, or that week is just going to be used, maybe starting now, in a way to promote it?
I think it's just an opportunity really to promote the whole Pay It Forward campaign, and that is really to tap into the millennials that really maybe don't understand Goodwill more, not so much as their parents did, the baby boomers that really grew up with Goodwill. Is to say it's not just those things you no longer need, want, or use. No, Goodwill will benefit from that. But the more valuable things that you no longer need, that new face, that North Face jacket that you had, that you know it's worth something. By donating that, not only do you give someone the opportunity to have something nice, but you are a job creator, right? The things that I donate that are of more value will give Goodwill the opportunity to put more people to work. If I give something that's worth nothing, then we're going to be able to sell it for anything. We don't do any fundraising. Our ability to put people to work is through the donations. All
based on donations.
Yes, sir.
And you see them everywhere. And I'll tell you, the job part of it is what people forget. And you're right about the generational thing. I grew up with it with my mom.
That's right.
She would go, and there was sometimes a stigma, maybe if you think, well, Goodwill, well, that's just, my mom would say, they'd always compliment her on these outfits that she'd have. And they'd go, where'd you get? Oh, Goodwill. My designer. And she'd say, Jeffrey Wills. That's what she would call it, And now, I mean, there's no shame in shopping at Goodwill for anywhere. It's terrific stuff. And I remember Josh Osborne worked for you guys at the Laverne. I don't know if you remember Josh. He was the boy who's since passed away, a good friend of mine who had gone through horrible, torturous past and had some learning disabilities, but a great kid. And he could find work with you guys, and it meant the world to me. And that's Goodwill will always have a special place in my heart. To give people a better look at what Goodwill's all about, I know you brought a video, and this focuses on one individual that gives you a better idea of what he's talking about. Let's have a look at that.
Why did the little boy put ice in his dad's bed? He wanted a cool pop. All right, I'm Brenda Jackson. I work in the hanging department at Goodwill, and I can hang just about anything they put out there for me to hang. Well, I was working at the Ed Lindsay Industries for the Blind, and they had a layoff. I was out of work for about a year. I have done 1,000 t-shirts. My friend Polly Lonas was telling me about Goodwill, and I decided to come out here. I just like the idea of making money on my own so that I could have something that I was proud of. My mother died in an automobile accident. She was a hard worker. She worked in a shirt factory. So I took that after Mom. She liked textile type work, and so do I. But I'm pretty sure I still can remember some things on it. So if you got a disability, if you go and get a job, keep it as long as they'll let you stay. I would recommend Goodwill to people with disabilities because, like I said, when that door to my former job closed, a window here opened. And I believe in everyone having that second chance. Because you shop, I belong.
That's right.
That's awesome. I just love her. Okay, and that reminds me, as I said, Josh Osborne, his duty, he was not blind, but he had issues as well. But he would be in charge of organizing all the books and DVDs you get. And you were telling me what she's doing there is legit. If you go to any of these Goodwills, racks and racks of clothing, yes. And that has to be done.
What I tell all of our new employees, I share that story, whether it's true or not, Nick, of when President Kennedy went down to NASA, when he had told everybody we're going to put a man on the moon, he goes down to NASA, he's walking around with his entourage, he sees a gentleman in the hallway, he looks like a janitor, goes up, introduces himself, I'm President Kennedy, what do you do? And he said, I'm helping to put a man on the moon. Not that I'm a janitor, not that I clean bathrooms, it's I'm helping someone, and that's the whole thing with Goodwill. It doesn't matter whether you're hanging, tagging, sorting, getting donations, we're all part of helping put people to work.
Yeah.
That's the, in changing lives through the power of work. So it all matters.
Yeah.
Everything and everyone in this organization matters.
And some charities, you were telling me, can, based on the performance of the individuals they hire, maybe pay less. Goodwill doesn't do that. She's making minimum wage or better.
That's correct.
And all the employees there are making minimum wage or better. And you monitor, many of them are on SSI or disability. Right. You frame it in such a way that it doesn't jeopardize any of their federal benefits.
That's correct. That's correct. And that's always a challenge with us, is because if they didn't receive the federal benefits, we couldn't pay them enough.
Yeah.
Because how rich those benefits are. And I understand that.
I think that's great. Well, listen, as we kind of wrap things up, I was just looking at some of this. Goodwill has been in Middle and West Tennessee for 60 years almost.
That's correct. 60th anniversary is this year.
Okay, education, training, employment. I'm just curious, when I gather stuff up, I mean, what are there main items that you say that you really want? What's the best thing people can donate? Of course, it's going to be based on what you have in your home, but what is something that sells a lot? It's clothing mostly?
So clothing is the majority of what we sell, but any household items, shoes, books, any kind of accessories, sporting
kitchen
goods,
items, silverware, glasses, plates, all that stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely. We just there is a promotional that we're doing with Yazoo that I understand is they are buying the most weird glasses in our stores for some kind of event that they're going to have. So they're looking
the Yazoo Beer Brewing
Company?
Okay.
So
that's great.
So anything that you no longer need, want, or use is.
Well, I'm sorry. I was going to
it's a great donation.
If you would, give folks an idea. Do you have any study that gives to the demographic of the type of people who shop at Goodwill? Because at some point, maybe years back, the stereotype was that just low-income individuals shop there. And certainly you can get some great deals, but that's not true. What's the demographic for shoppers there?
So it used to be, somewhere around, the 40 to 50, middle class, but on any given day, I think you could see a Toyota or a Mercedes in our parking lot. Yeah. It could be those individuals who are trying to make ends meet, that are looking for clothes for the kids or other things that they need in their house. But it also could be individuals who know that there are treasures in those stores. And as an example, I was going to Haiti last year. And so I thought to myself, well, I'm just going to go to Goodwill and buy what I need, and I'll just leave it down there, right? I won't take all that stuff back. So I'm in one of our stores shopping.
About 30 seconds. But go ahead.
And I found a Peter Millar, short sleeve button down, which is a very expensive shirt for $4.99. Yeah. And of all the stuff that I left in Haiti, that wasn't it. I brought that one back.
No kidding. Listen, I'll tell you this. Years ago, and you go there for a lot of reasons, great deals. I used to work, and there was a Goodwill in Great Neck, New York, one of the most expensive zip codes in the country. And I'm from Eugene, Oregon at the time. I'd go in that Goodwill, and I'd find unbelievable deals on high-ends. Anyway, point made. Shop at Goodwill. Support it. Thank you so much for coming on.
I appreciate it.
Anything we can do. Appreciate him coming on. We'll have more right after this. Stay with us. Matt.